All right, everybody. Thanks for calling and thanks for joining us. I'm being told that we're maxed out at about 25 people right now. We have more people trying to call in, and that's great. We'll make sure to get this call out on Facebook and on some other avenues, both audio and video options. But to start off, my name is Cody Hawkins. I'm Jen Hawkins' husband. Jen Hawkins is if you don't know, she's a diamond ambassador and a ruby ambassador on her second position with Plexus. And I was a skeptic in the beginning. So I'll tell you a little bit about my story here in a bit. Also with us is Bruce Clinton. Bruce is married to Suzanne Clinton, who's a diamond ambassador and a senior gold ambassador on her second position. And then we also have Frank Montgomery. We had to call in some help here because originally Ryan Robleski was supposed to join us, but he's a pilot and he got called away. So we called the bullpen, and Frank's coming in for the save. So Frank, thanks for helping us out. Let's go ahead and get started. The reason for the call again, we were skeptical husbands, and we felt like this would be a good opportunity to either have your skeptical spouse or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is, listen to a couple of skeptics who've turned the corner and who now fully support their spouse's effort. So Frank, we'll start with you. Frank, you're coming to us from Tupelo, and tell us the first time that your wife Ginger, who's a gold ambassador, tell us what your first thoughts were when Ginger came to you about joining this company called Plexus.
Sure. Yeah, like you, I was definitely skeptical. She has, throughout our marriage, tried many plans and diets and programs. And actually, we had just spent about $300 or $400 a couple months previously on another health wellness plan, and didn't get any results, didn't get anywhere. She came to me to say she wanted to try Plexus because her friend Candace, who's good friends with Suzanne, thought that it would help her and benefit her. And the only reason I agreed to do it was because Plexus offered the money-back guarantee. And so I kind of said, okay, sure, we'll try it, fully expecting, okay, this will last a month or two, and at least we can get our money back.
And so at what point was it that you turned the corner, that you thought, well, maybe this is actually lucrative? We can actually make some money on this.
Yeah, well, the first thing that really kind of started to change my mind a little bit was the benefits that I saw in my wife from a health standpoint. That really was the first thing I noticed. She was feeling so much better, had gotten some relief from stomach issues and sleep issues through, and she's been with Plexus for about 9 or 10 months. Mm-hmm. And as she's progressed through and worked her way up to gold, seeing the income potential that Plexus provides and the compensation plan that they provide. As I had mentioned to you earlier today, I've been doing pharmaceutical sales for 13 years and seen about every commission and comp plan that there is. And this is one of the best ones I've ever seen, probably the best one I've ever seen, because you're getting paid right from the get-go. There's no quotas, and every month the income potential has grown, and I've just been thoroughly impressed and have been proven wrong by Plexus, and I'm sure glad that I have been.
What are you now helping your wife in the business, kind of telling your friends about it, your family about it?
Definitely, yeah. I've started to share the word, like you said, with family and friends, and definitely, obviously, the more people that we can spread the word with, obviously, the better. So I've just started to do that, and looking forward to sharing the word more. Great.
Anything else you want to add? Any other bits of information that you think the people listening and watching should know about, for other skeptics out there?
Sure. Well, as I said, Plexus offers the money back guarantee. And that really was something that kind of caught my attention. I thought, okay, this will probably last a month or two, but at least this time, instead of flushing that $300 or $400 that we did previously, at least this time we'll get our money back. So that was certainly something that made me at least willing to say, okay, we'll try it. And then really and truly the health benefits that I've seen in my wife, the decreased medication that she's been on. She used to always be tired and want to take a nap. And, she has so much more energy now and is feeling so much better, as am I. I used to kind of always have that afternoon crash and always had to have some caffeine. And since I've been taking the Slim and the ProBio, I've seen significant improvement in myself as well. So I would certainly encourage people that are kind of on the fence, that this is the real deal. You need to definitely give it a shot. And, Plexus stands by their products. If the products don't do what they say they're going to do, then they're going to give you your money back. Right.
Great. Thanks, Frank. I appreciate it. Bruce, are you there? Let's see here. I'll see if I can unmute you again. All right. Bruce, can you hear me?
Gotcha, buddy.
All right. Bruce, you and I have known each other for a little bit, and we've kind of gone through this Plexus thing together. Tell the people who are listening kind of what your first thoughts were when Suzanne came to you and said, hey, I've got this Plexus thing.
Other than, no, we're not doing this.
Yeah.
Suzanne and Jen are friends from college, and so obviously there was a little bit of she wanted to be a part of it because her friends were being a part of it. And so, the truth is we had done several of these kinds of things before. My wife had been in a jewelry business before, and we'd kind of been through the MLM thing and had really figured out this is not who we are. We are not that family. We really didn't want to be a part of anything like this, and had kind of just gone through enough of them to where it was like, okay, can we just say we're not ever going to do this again? And so that was really kind of where we were at when she came back to me and was like, hey, by the way, my friends are doing this. What do you think about giving it a try? No, we're not doing that. So clearly I was not real interested. And so we literally fought about it for like a month. Like I wanted nothing to do with it. Don't ask me again. Please, let's just leave this alone. And so we did. We kind of left it alone for a while, and but she just kind of kept hearing about it, and it was like, I think we really need to look at this. This is different. And as stubborn and as hard-headed as I was about it, we spent a couple of months just looking at the products. And while I really didn't want anything to do with the business side of it, my background is we're a ministry family. I've been a worship pastor at a church here in Little Rock, Arkansas for the past 7 years. And so I just didn't want anything to do with it, especially because as a ministry family, we care a whole lot about the relationships that we have with people here in our community, and the authenticity of those relationships are of utmost importance to us. And so the last thing we would want people thinking is, oh, well, you're calling me today because you want to sell me something, or you're trying to get close to me because you want me to be an ambassador. And that's not the basis of our relationship with people. And so we never wanted people questioning that. And so, the last thing we ever wanted to do was be people that were high pressure salesmen trying to convince our friends to do something. And to be perfectly honest, we had been down that road before, and we just never wanted to do that again. And so we were very reluctant to even consider it. And so after several months of looking at it, I finally told my wife, almost as a joke, I said, okay, honey, look, if you want to do this, I'll let you try it, kind of almost snickering underneath my breath, like, okay, sweetie, give this a shot. And, but here's the rules. You can't directly, I don't want you emailing anybody. I don't want you to call anybody. I don't want you to directly put pressure on anyone to sell this product or come be an ambassador, but my wife had been taking the products and she had great results on it. And so it was like, look, I know what your story is. So if you just want to share your story and you want to do that on Facebook and use Facebook kind of as your billboard just to tell people your story, then great. And if people engage you from that and they want to be involved with it, fantastic. And so I was all for that. And she called me literally like within an hour, and she just said, "You won't believe how many people have started to engage me already just from me putting my story out on Facebook." And so the proof was in the pudding for us in a couple different areas. Not only did we not have to make this big financial investment to be a part of it, but the compensation plan, and I know you hear people talk about that, but the different ways that you make money off this company are astounding, and how quickly you can make real money. I mean, there's a difference. I mean, for us guys, there's a difference between like, oh, good for her, she made, $50 this week. That's like, I'm not saying that's not still great, but the reality is for men, letting their wives do something like this, to know that there's the potential to make like legit money is a whole different kind of thing. And I just never dreamed that my wife would ever make more than, $1,000 a month doing a MLM stay-at-home mom kind of business. I never even thought that was possible. And, while we're not here to talk about, all the money that some of our wives are making, the truth is it's real money. And that was evident very quickly. And to see our wives do well that quickly was like, okay, well, and to see how many people were interested in it. And while I'm not trying to advocate that we shouldn't all be telling all of our friends about it, that was just our story. Our story was that we literally just used Facebook kind of as a testimonial page. And my wife is a diamond, and what is she, senior gold on her second leg, something like that. And so she's done incredibly well without putting any pressure on our personal relationships. And so that has meant so much to me as a husband, to know that we're not out, trying to beat up our friends to try to make them come be a part of it. They're coming to us, and they're wanting to be a part of it. And to see so many of our friends do well, we're not the only ones in our area that have done well. We have a ton of friends who have been real successful at it. And that's really rewarding. Even as a man, I got lots of guy friends here in town who are, dreaming new dreams as entrepreneurs, even because they know that their wives are making money, and there's the possibility for them to step out and try some new things. And so that's kind of where our story's been so far.
And that's what's happened to both you and to me. I mean, that's we've been able to kind of look at other options, and it's completely unexpected.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've been able to start a business even just in the last couple of months. I'm still serving at my church, but I'm doing it as a volunteer now because financially we're at a real different place. And so I've taken my kind of full-time role pursuing some different entrepreneurial options and starting a business. And so I'm able to serve my church as a volunteer. But now, because of our financial freedom, I've been able to step out and try some things just in the business world that I've always dreamed of being able to try. And Plexus has kind of given us that opportunity. Yeah,
great. Anything else you want to add, Bruce?
Wouldn't
go ahead.
I wouldn't blame anybody for being skeptical. I'll just say that. I mean, I'm the first one. I was there, and I've been there. This is a really great company, though. I can tell you, if you are considering it, just keep looking, because it's worth looking at. And especially once they get involved and you start seeing all the different ways that the compensation plan pays them to be involved, it's pretty overwhelming at how quickly all that can add up to real money and not just good for her money.
Yeah. No, that you and I share a lot of the similarities in our stories, and I think my fear, and I know you and I have talked about this before in the past, that my fear was, what's it really going to cost? I was really looking at the money aspect of it, and I know Jen was mindful of that, and that's why she signed up as an ambassador to get the products at a wholesale price. She wanted to lose 20 pounds some of the baby weight. And I remember telling her that she needed to make that money back as soon as possible, because it really, even I know it's a stretch, right? $35 is a stretch, but it wasn't in the budget.
That's right.
Yeah, it wasn't in the budget, and we were tight on the budget. And so I was skeptical in the beginning, because I had seen my grandparents, they were selling everything from mushroom tea to magnets, and my mom was selling makeup, and we had a closet full of makeup at the house. And I never really saw anybody making any money with it. And so there was that obvious skepticism in the beginning. But it was amazing. You talked about the comp plan. Frank talked about the comp plan. It's amazing to me as a money guy, right, to see that come back so quickly. I didn't expect to have, Jen, it took Jen 1 full month to pay back all of what she spent on products.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't ever remember seeing a check come in from some of those other companies. And I know a lot of them do a great job, but I'm in agreement with you two in that this company, they have a great comp plan, they have great products, and they have a great leadership team. And I think the real turning point for me, besides the money, was when a couple years ago, so Jen's been selling Plexus for almost 3 years, and a couple years ago, we were able to go to the Emerald Extravaganza, and I was able to sit down with Tarl Robinson, the CEO, and really pick his brain on stuff. And Andrew Gwynn was there with me, Celeste Gwynn's husband, and we peppered him with as many questions as we could come up with, and me with my limited business acumen, right? I tried to ask him certain questions about it, and he had great answers. He was really impressive. And I don't know about you, Bruce, but having that leadership team that people can trust is a huge part of breaking down that wall and breaking down that skepticism. I don't know about you. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. No question.
Well, let's see. Anything else to add? If any of you guys have any questions, and I know that we didn't, not everybody was able to get on the call again. So again, we'll share this out tomorrow, most likely. And before we go, I want to suggest a Facebook page for some of you out there. If you have somebody who's skeptical about the products, Willie Eichenhorst, who's a senior Ruby, he was also a skeptic in the beginning. He has a great Facebook page out there. It's called Plexus Man Cave, and it's designed for the skeptical male, right? And if you ask to join it, he'll put you in the page, or he'll put that skeptical person in the page. And Willie has some great testimonies on there of people who've used the products, who've gotten healthy off the products, who are able to pay the bills now. That, I mean, you'd be amazed at just what an extra $250, $500 a month can do for a lot of people.
Absolutely.
He's got a lot of those testimonials on there. Again, it's called Plexus Man Cave. And if you find it, it's the one that's capital P. It's upper and lowercase. I think there are a couple options, but Willie's the admin for that. With that, I think, let's see what we're at on time here. I think we're under 20 minutes. If that's not a call for guys, I don't know what is, right? So with that, you can find, I hate to throw you out there, Bruce, but hey, if you have questions for Bruce or for me, you can find us on Facebook too, and Frank as well, and we can answer any further questions you guys might have. Guys, I appreciate you joining me, and hopefully this becomes a regular thing, and we can continue to answer questions for people. All right.
Thanks, Cody.
Thanks, guys. Take care, everybody.